What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, the Team Rocket event has finally arrived, which not only means you can TM frustration off of old Pokemon, but also some new Pokemon got their Shadow forms added into the game. And one of my favorite Pokemon here in the Go Battle League has been updated with a Shadow variant. Shadow Araquanid is a very cool pick. Now, it's a very bulky Pokemon in general, right? It has a little bit of extra damage now with that Shadow bonus, and honestly, as a very bulky Pokemon like Araquanid, you don't even miss out on the bulk all that much. With that said, I don't normally show my stats that I get here in the Go Battle League, just in case I go to a tournament and I want to use that Pokemon again in the future. With that said, I might never use this specific Araquanid again. You're going to see this stat spread is terrible, but it was the only one that I could find today, so I figured might as well give it a go just to see if it was any good, and honestly, it did surprise me quite a bit, despite the fact that its stat spread is so bad. So yeah, let's get into the battles and see what this team can do. Alright, we got our first opponent of the day, Shadow Araquanid, up against Shelgon. This is going to be a bit of a test here, actually. Like, how much damage do I do? How much damage do I take? Now, unfortunately for me, I am running a very bad IV spread on this Araquanid, right? Because, I mean, we just barely got it out today, and I've tried my best to get a good one, but for some reason, it seems like a pretty rare grunt. So, ow, dude, that actually does some real damage. Anyway, I'm going to Bubble Beam. Maybe I shouldn't have Bubble Beamed, but I'm going to Bubble Beam. And I guess we'll see what they want to do. I think just getting rid of this is good, though, because oftentimes that is, you're going to see Pokemon in the backline that don't really want to see Ufisk, you know, so, wow, we're actually putting in a lot of work into this Pokemon just with our Bug Bites. Like, honestly, this isn't terrible. Maybe I should have Water Pulse, though, to guarantee a shield, but by Bubble Beaming, I make them throw extra energy here. And now I'm going to come in Sable. I hope I can farm down before they get a Twister off. And they come in with a Corviknight. That's interesting. I'm actually going to just bring in my Ufisk then, and I have a lot of energy on my Sableye. I have some energy here on my Ufisk as well. I'll let this go. And I guess at this point, we'll see what they want to do. I would imagine the final Pokemon could be like an Empoleon, but it might just be like a completely different Pokemon. What if it's like a Wigglytuff? That would be annoying. But surely that's not going to be the case. We'll go here for the Discharge. Do we get a shield? Probably not. Yeah, they let that go. And, I mean, if they get another payback off, I can survive it, but we actually just barely outpace here to the next move. This should knock him out, maybe get a shield. But what I expect to see happen is they probably just let this go. Oh, they don't. Wow, okay. I thought they'd let that go for sure. And then probably come in with their Shelgon. But no, okay. I mean, I'm going to shield this up then. It's probably not an Air Cutter bait, but I guess it could be. Okay, it is, because why wouldn't it be? Okay, whatever, I guess. You can catch on your Shelgon. I feel like my Sableye up the amount of energy that I have is going to win us the game either way here. Like, I think Sableye's in a really good spot, even if they knock out my Ufisk with a payback. But if it's like a Wigglytuff, you know, honestly, we'd probably be in trouble either way. Oh my goodness, well, charging's not going to do them too much good here, unfortunately. I think Sableye is maybe one of the best counters to Aegislash in the game. You just have so much raw damage here with Shadow Claw damage, with Foul Plays as well. So yeah, they're in a lot of trouble. That just 2 shots. I didn't even realize that was possible against an Aegislash. Okay, this Pokemon is very scary in a lot of ways, but it's not too bad for us to see here. We'll go for another Foul Play. And our opponent does end up shielding it. But we can just shield this ourselves. And then, I mean, I don't really know what they can do to win this one. I think their best option is probably try to go and swap out at some point, maybe catch a Foul Play on the Corviknight. But, like, even if they do that, then I still have my Ufisk. Oh, they actually just swap into Corviknight. The thing is, I'm outside of payback range, so I just farm this down. I go for the Foul Play into the Aegislash still, and I win. And, like, even if this did knock me out, Ufisk is still around. They're pretty far away from their next move on Aegislash. So we just get the win here. Nice. Okay, yeah, I figured the backline would be pretty good once that Shelgon went down. Next opponent, we'll see Shadow Araquanid up against Florges. Interesting. Okay. I mean, I kind of want to get rid of this if I can. I do resisted Bug Bites, but if I'm being honest, I bet they still add up here. And yeah, they're doing quite a bit of damage. We'll see, though, what moves they throw against us. So we'll see what they do. They're at 5. It could be a Trailblaze, I guess. It is Trailblaze, okay. But I mean, I survived that. Okay, I'm going to go for the Bubble Beams here. Maybe it's a bad play, but I think in the Zero Shield matchup, I should be able to get to 2 Bubble Beams, guaranteed. And I don't really want to use shields on Shadow Araquanid. I was kind of thinking we might get a shield there from them, but they actually do just let that go. So they're at 5. What are they going to do? They do Trailblaze again, makes a lot of sense. I do kind of wish that I had a little bit more bulk here. I think this might be where my really bad Araquanid is kind of hurting us. If I had a better Araquanid, I might actually be able to survive and force him to throw a second move or like get that water pulse off. I think I'm going to come in Ufisk here, though. I think that's not a bad play. I can come in Ufisk, and I can go just absorb energy here, then potentially swap into Sableye and start building up some Shadow Claws. Because this Fairy type is likely the best answers they have to Sableye on their team. I have Drain Punch, by the way. I haven't really talked about that much yet, but Drain Punch could help against, like, Licky Lickies if they happen to have them. Oh, Shadow Gliscor. Interesting. Well, they're probably going to go straight Sandtombs here. What if I do a stupid play? We'll see how stupid this is. What if I Drain Punch the Flying-type Pokemon? They probably don't expect me to go for this. They probably expect that it's always going to be a foul play. Yeah, we actually did get a shield there on that. So we boost our defense. They lower our defense with the Sandtomb, but, like, that's... it's kind of funny. I don't know how useful it actually is, but we'll take it. The fact they come in Gliscor here, though, is kind of crazy to me. It means they might have something in the backline even weaker to Sableye, or even stronger against Ufisk. I don't know which is going to be the case, though. Alright, foul play. Gets the knockout. They thought I'd double bait. I would never. Oh, but there's a Diggersby in the back. Okay. That actually is a little bit scary to see. It's on quick attack, though, so maybe there's some play. I'm actually going to go for the foul play, though, because I think foul play is going to do probably more damage than a Drain Punch. And it's not like I survive a move if I do anything else. Is that a CMP? It might have been. They're at 9 right now, I believe. They do shield that. So they're at 2. They're 4 away from a Scorching Sands. I'm going to be honest. I think I kind of have to let this go. Oh, they Fire Punch? Oh, that does knock us out, though. Okay. So that's actually really bad for us. Because now they might just be able to outpace us here. And I don't know if a Scorching Sands is going to be able to knock us out, but, like, it's definitely going to come close, especially after the quick attack damage. I think they have us, because I need 2 more attacks in this matchup, and that's not going to happen super easily. But maybe, I mean, it's a Diggersby, right? It's not going to do a lot of damage here with Scorching Sands. Maybe I somehow survive that, and I can get to another move, but I'm going to be honest, that sounds very unlikely. Yeah, the quick attacks here have added up so much. Maybe I should have shielded the Fire Punch and tried to go for a catch at some point, but we didn't. Yeah, it's so close, but, like, just a little bit too far. You know, Sableye tried to put in the work here in the back line, but honestly, Ufisk was such dead weight against that whole team. That's kind of tragic. Next opponent. Let's see if we can pick up, like, a really good lead. I want to see what Araquanid does in a very positive matchup. Well, that's not this. That is a Shadow Fortress. And I don't know how this matchup plays out. I know regular Araquanid actually has a lot of play here, but I know this is not regular Araquanid, right? I'm going to go for a Rock Tomb catch on my Ufisk. Save a lot of energy on my Shadow Araquanid, and I guess we'll just see what they do. I would hope at this point I don't get RPS'd, but it's not looking amazing. Regular Hydreigon, actually a good thing to bait out here, not going to lie. Because I have a Sableye in the backline. I guess, wait, I have Drain Punch Sableye, though. I bet Drain Punch Sableye is a hard counter to Hydreigon. But I think because this is a non-Shadow, I do actually survive with 2 moves here. Do we think if we see a Hydreigon, does that mean there's a good chance at an Aegislash in the back? I could see it. I wouldn't be surprised. Alright. I'm at the Mud Bomb. This doesn't knock him out, though. And the problem is they're at a Brutal Swing. They're close to a Fly. But I don't think they're at the Fly just yet. I'm gonna let this go, and I guess just hope that this is not a Fly. It's just a Brutal Swing. Nice. Okay. That does do a lot of damage, but we survive it. Alright, and maybe a crazy play again? I mean, I'm known for that, right? I'm going for a Bubble Beam bait, because I think a Water Pulse would guarantee a shield here. Like, we get shields, right? Yeah. And I might get a second move by going for that. I do. I get a second Bubble Beam off, which not only is, like, some decent chip damage, but it also gives me the second debuff here. And that second debuff is going to mean now this Shadow Fortress does so much less damage into us. I think at this point I will shield whatever they throw. Okay, say it does so much less damage, but I'm still taking probably, like, 2 or 3 damage per Bug Bite here. That's crazy. I would love to see... I don't know. There's no way it's an Aegislash in the back. Not with a Fortress lead. That would be so crazy. Alright, we catch the move on our Ufisk. We have a lot of energy. We've cleared our debuffs. Can the Sableye close out this endgame? I honestly have no idea. They probably undercharge this. They do, to get a farm down on something. Where's my power gem? Uh-oh. It's a Togekiss in the back line. Maybe if I just Drain Punch, though, I can survive. I wish I... Man, okay. We're gonna lose this game because I don't have power gem. They no-shield that? Wow. Okay, dude. I can't believe they no-shield that. They have to shield this one, though, right? It's a foul play. They have to shield. They actually don't. They literally can win this game without shielding. Yeah. What the heck, dude? I guess maybe Drain Punch is not the play. All right, all of you, you got us a loss there. That's on you, little dog. All right, we got to get, like, a good win here. We've got some really uncomfortable games with Araquanid so far, but I still have faith in it. Yikes, why? This is maybe one of the least ideal Pokemon I could see in the lead, because it's known for 2 shield farming through things. Okay. I'm gonna go for a Drain Punch here. And, I mean, Drain Punch will not do a lot of damage, but it might allow me to survive a little bit longer in this matchup. Or get a shield, because what if they think I'm not crazy? What if they think I'm on Power Gem or Dazzling Gleam? And that's the power of Drain Punch. You make your opponent look very foolish. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I mean, because of that, we get a second move off. Is that good? I mean, it's probably not bad, because Water Pulse or Bubble Beam do quite a bit of damage to the Talonflame, right? I should get a farm down with my Araquanid. The big question, though, is there just, like, a ground type in the back that hard RPSs my Stunfisk? I could see it. I would hope, though, that there isn't. They do Trailblaze us, so they're going to ramp up their damage here a little bit more than I'd like, but I guess that's fine. I don't think Araquanid's that useful for us. I'm going to let this go. Because I should still survive and get the farm down. Okay, wow. They actually bring in the Talonflame here. Oh, I think that was a big mistake by them, actually. They just threw on alignment, which might allow me to get to 2 discharges now before they can get a second flame charge off. Which means I'll have quite a few pieces still left in play this game. We'll see how they play it out, though. Like, what's in the backline? I have seen, like, more Pekos as the third Pokemon. They shield that. That's huge, because now I outpaced the discharge because they gave us the sneak. Okay, that's amazing. Now I have a shield. I still have a lot of energy left over on my Araquanid. Oh, it's a Malamar in the back. You're telling me they had this in the back line, and for some reason they swapped out? I cannot wait to see how much these Shadow Bug Bites are going to start doing. Oh my goodness. All right, you know, I'll take it. I'll take it. GG's. All right, next opponent. But can we just win a lead? I would be so fine with a Malamar in the lead. Okay, well, at least Shadow Sableye has play here, right? It's not a bad matchup as long as there's no Wigglytuff in the back line. And normally you don't see Wigglytuff in the back, because if they had that, they would be so incredibly weak. Wow, Corviknight comes in. I was going to say they'd be so weak to Tinkaton. And they wouldn't want to do that. Alright. Foul play is not quite a 2-shot here, but, like, do they really want to let us flip switch? I'm going to Drain Punch. It might be an insane play, because what if they no-shield this, right? But what if they shield? What if they shield? They never expected the Drain Punch. Oh, that was a CMP. Just an Air Cutter, okay. I mean, thanks to that defense boost, well, okay, then they go ahead and do that. Still, we're not in a terrible spot here. ABA Flying. What do we think's in the back? They get the double boost. I really don't like that. But, I mean, Sableye might actually be able to still flip this. I don't know for sure. These sand attacks are not doing extra damage thanks to my defense boost from the Drain Punch, which is kind of funny. I actually get the knockout. Do I even get a foul play? I might. I'm at +2 defense. I don't. But, I mean, we flip switch. And surely there's not a third Araquanid counter in the back line. But, I mean, there's gotta be if they're willing to give up switch that much, right? Like, they wouldn't give up switch if they weren't fine against this. I mean, it's probably just Empoleon in the back, right? Which, if that's the case, Ufisk has a lot of work to do. But I can survive 2 moves here, and my Shadow Claw damage even has kind of put them into a range where I should be able to knock them out with 2 discharges plus the Thunder Shocks. So, like, maybe it's still playable. That's ambitious to say I'd knock them out with the next one. We'll see. I have to no-shield this, though. I think that's our best bet. Big flamethrower, we survive. We're very low HP, though, which is never super ideal. Man, I really wish that I got that foul play off with my Sableye. They're so low on HP. That, if it's Empoleon, that's game over. They just got that off now. If I got like 1 or 2 more fast moves through them, it is Empoleon in the back. I mean, maybe it's not game over, but it's definitely not great. I think they always go Drill Peck. You're anticipating a catch. Wait, they let me get the discharge off? Is there ever a chance I survive 2 Drill Pecks on my Araquanid? If I survive 2 Drill Pecks, I might just win. With that said, Drill Peck is a good move. I have the squishiest Shadow Araquanid in Pokemon Go. Oh, that does so much! No! Why? Sableye just had to do a little bit more work. It just had to do a little bit more. It had to get that foul play off, and this game would have been so easy. At least we knocked out the Empoleon. That's so tragic. Like, that's a triple Shadow Araquanid counter team. They knew that Araquanid was such a strong Pokemon that the only way to take it down was to cheat and have 3 answers for it. It's fine. We'll get better matchups in the next set. Okay, well, are we gonna get a good lead? Like, at least 1 would be nice. You know, I ask and ye shall receive. This is one of the best leads I could see. I bet there's like a Carbink somewhere on this team. And if that's the case, then it could be a little bit awkward. Oh, they just bulldoze? I guess that's what you do against an electric type. We'll see if they get the debuff. We're at 5, so they're dry. They do get the debuff, which is not great. They shouldn't have done that. But they're going straight bulldoze here. Okay. Do we think it's double fairy with Carbink in the back? I really feel like that's pretty likely. So I might want to save my Ufisk. But, like, how bad of an idea could that be? Like, what's the worst case scenario? Honestly, if they shield this, I might let Switch Advantage go this game as well. I don't really care that much about Switch if I get a shield advantage. They have the bulldoze. What do? They do shield. I mean, I'm going to switch. I don't want to give a farm down over. And Sableye should be in a pretty good spot here. This is a really tempting spot to go for Drain Punch, but I don't think I can. Because it's not a guaranteed shield against them. 1. Alright, let's see what they do. Maybe I should have Drain Punched. Maybe I should have just went for it. No, it's a good thing I didn't. Okay. But, like, what if I do it now? Because don't they have to shield? I think they do. I think there's actually still a chance for us this game. Yeah, we get his shield. Love to see that. 3. Alright. I mean, do I just win this with my Araquanid and my Ufisk still? I think I do, right? Because, like, if I land a Mud Bomb here, I should just win this game with Bug Bite damage. And if they shield this, I just come in Araquanid. Okay, yeah, we force energy out of him. And then we should Bug Bite everything down. I imagine that's how this is going to play out, at least. The X-Scissor makes sense. But they should only get 1 move off here. Is it sad to say that these Bug Bites are doing less than I thought they would? I thought this thing would be gone by now. But it's fine. I think that we don't take another Volt Switch. But if they get a Rock Slide off, no matter what, like, we lose the game on the Volt Switch, or on the Rock Slide, rather, without the Volt Switch damage. But yeah, I mean, that Marowak's so low. We just tap things down. And see, when you get a decent game, where you have play with Araquanid, it feels so much better. Okay, next game. Araquanid up against Shadow Malamar. Please stay in. I mean, I don't think you will, for any reason ever. But I'd be so happy if you did. Okay, they're just so weak to Sableye, I guess, this game. They give me a full sneak there, too. Alright. I mean, I'm fine shielding this up. I just kind of want to win Switch at all costs this game. And because they gave me a sneak, right? Like, it's going to be a lot easier here to... I'm gonna go for, like, a nice, I think. And try to go for a farm down after this. I feel like I just want my Araquanid against Malamar at all costs. Oh, they shield that? Okay. I mean, don't I just get a full farm down then? I think 5 Shadow Claws knock out. I'm kind of surprised they did that. I figured they were going to go for the no shield there and just take the shield advantage, but I guess they want to get both shields down. But Shadow Sableye gets a lot of energy out of this. They don't know what my coverage move is. It's Drain Punch, obviously. It's not going to do a lot, but maybe it's going to do something because they come back in Malamar. And what are they going to do? Because if they let Malamar go, they can get permanently debuffed. I think they do let it go, though, right? Maybe I should have foul played here, because I don't think this is enough to knock out. I actually have no idea what my Drain Punch calcs are. Oh, it does knock out. Nice. We're Drain Punching. Fun fact, Araquanid actually walls Tinkaton, at least with the energy, right? Thanks to Gigaton Hammer being a steel-type attack. It doesn't, like, matter that we wall it because we have our Ufisk, but I mean, I might as well. I might as well come back in here. Looks like I get that Tinkaton breakpoint where you do 2 damage for a Bug Bite too, but it's still not a great matchup necessarily for Araquanid, because as you can see, Gigaton Hammer, despite resisted, it's an insane move. It still does like half my HP. We will debuff them and make it so I can guarantee to survive for the next attack. I have a Ufisk. I don't need to be doing this. And yet, here I am, actively doing it, just out of pure disrespect for Tinkaton. It's like, why wouldn't I? What could they beat in the back? Like, if I had a Carbink, would that be winnable for them? Maybe, actually. But, like, what if I get this next Bubble Beam off? Then almost certainly not, even then. Because I know Gigaton Hammer, even under the best of circumstances, doesn't one-shot a Carbink. I guess if I had, like, I don't know, an Abomasnow or something in the back line, that would be a lot squishier that could get one-shot. Then, you know, maybe there's a chance for them. I kind of feel bad. Like, I didn't have to play it out that way. But then again, I might as well. Alright, we got our next battle. Araquanid up against Tinkaton. Okay, well, you know, we were talking about how there is a situation in this matchup where you can get a Bug Bite breakpoint, and it looks like, once again, I do get that here. Big question is always going to be, though, how do they play this out? Is that even a question? I don't think so. I think they always go straight Gigaton Hammer. And, like, honestly, I'm going to shield the first move. And I'm going to not Bubble Beam, I'm going to Water Pulse, rather, because I feel like they might expect a Bubble Beam if I shield the first attack. But Water Pulse here is going to do a sizable amount of damage. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they're at their next move now. But, I mean, look at how much I've done with my Araquanid here. I mean, I've done some. I haven't done a lot, but I've done something this game. And now I can switch into my Sableye here. And they have fallen right for my trap. The Licky Licky, they think this is a hard wall. Well, they probably don't, because honestly, Sableye does well here, straight foul play. But, like, what if I have Drain Punch just to make it so one Shadow Ball doesn't even come close to knocking me out? Like, what if I have that? We'll see what they do. They're at 4 right now, so they do have access to a Shadow Ball. But they need to double Shadow Ball, I think, after that Drain Punch to knock us out. Yeah, they can't Body Slam us here. Dream. And they have to throw instantly as well, because if they don't, I actually just end up getting my next move off. And this foul play should put them close to a Bug Bite downrange. Or, yeah, I mean, that's fine. Sableye actually put in quite a bit of work here. Forcing a full Shadow Ball after that Drain Punch is really nice. Although it probably does a little bit less damage than a foul play. Alright, well, I'm just going to debuff this. Honestly, this damage is not that helpful, but just the debuff here I think is going to be nice. So my Ufisk survives a lot easier in this matchup. And, like, sure, they have shields, but the problem for them is while they do have those shields, I am throwing really bad charge attacks, right? I'm just going for discharges, which likely is a move you don't want to shield as an Altaria. And I bet even my Bug Bites probably end up doing 2 damage per turn against this Altaria too. So if they no-shield too many attacks here, they're in a lot of trouble. Looks like they're just going to overfarm and try to clear their debuff, which is a smart play. Maybe I should be forcing them to throw energy here instead of throwing energy myself. But, like, if they switch out, I don't know how much that really matters. They have to throw energy, nice. This might even just be Bug Bite downrange from here, which is kind of crazy to say. I think oh, they Sky Attack? Why? I don't see the possible reason for wanting to Sky Attack there. And we just win, right? How do we lose this game? I don't think there's a chance. I think they're way too low on everything at this point. Because if this Tinkaton starts shielding, I mean, I just farm them down anyway with Thunder Shocks. And if they no shield, then I just Bug Bite down the Altaria, which I am going to do. I'm just going to swap and start Bug Biting, because I might as well. Okay, you're going to make this take a little bit longer, but I might as well get revenge against these flying types with my Bug. I mean, honestly, that wasn't necessarily a great team comp for me to see, right? I was in a pretty bad spot across the board, but Shadow of Araquanid's not as bad as you'd think into Tinkaton, and it has so much just raw fast move pressure. It's kind of crazy. All right, next game. Shadow of Araquanid into Shadow Quagsire. I mean, if they actually do have Stone Edge, that'd probably basically one-shot us. But if they don't, we wall this thing pretty hard. They are staying in. At least they were for a second. Oh, they instantly throw energy. I wasn't really expecting that. A little bit of a misplay by me. Now I'm going to be desyncing the switch clock more than I wanted to. I was going to try to, like, catch a Shadow Ball on my Ufisk. But, like, this is still fine, I think. 6. The fact they're building up this much energy makes me think either like the timing looked weird on their end and they couldn't time a Shadow Ball well, or maybe they actually have a bigger move than just Shadow Ball. But, I mean, I survive whatever they throw, and I don't necessarily need switch advantage against the Shadow Quagsire, so... They actually do have Earthquake. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. But I think I survive a Body Slam still from here. And I think they're still one rollout away from their next... Earthquake? So I just farm down. Yeah, I think we survive this. And Quagsire gets minimal farm, or if they undercharge this, then I should be able to get a Mud Bomb off against the Quagsire. Maybe I get one off anyway? Oh, I do. Nice. Green. I don't know how much I want to give a farm down here, though. Like, a farm down here could be pretty bad, if I'm being honest. So I'm going to just swap. I don't want to be in a spot here where I give a huge farm down over, and then, like, I'm in a really bad position in the backline. They're at 7. I don't even believe that they're on Stone Edge, if I'm being honest. I feel like they're on Aqua Tail and Mud Bomb, but I'm not going to take that risk when my Araquanid can start spamming out Bubble Beams into the final Pokemon, as it's going to have to, because it's a Fearow. Okay. Interesting game. It's going to be really weird how this plays out. We get a shield there. Nice. Maybe I should go for a big move there, but I went for the Bubble Beam, so we'll see how this is going to impact things. Yeah, I should have Water Pulsed. They probably didn't know my energy. But wait, I'm doing so much damage here. What the heck? Wait, why have I done so much damage? They're at 11. They have so much energy, but... I mean, they're at minus 20. They throw energy here? Okay. I think I'm fine. Am I fine? We'll see. They clear the debuff. I mean, if they do have Stone Edge, that probably does more than a Drill Peck, honestly. Oh, but they just Aqua Tail. That's it, I'm Drain Punching. Is this a smart play? It might actually be a bit of a throw to do this. Because they were at, like, 100 energy, right? They shield that. Okay, I have a really tough choice to make here. Do I go for the catch? I think they're at back-to-back attacks right now. We go for the catch. We sacrifice our Ufisk. I think it might have been a tie if I didn't go for this catch right here. Because I think we survived one peck, but the second peck would knock us out. I don't want ties. I want wins, and I'm going to Drain Punch. I think the Drain Punch might have actually saved us a little bit, because we're so low on HP. If I didn't boost my defense stat, could I have even survived there? I don't think I could have, if I'm being honest. So I guess Drain Punch coming in clutch. Next opponent. Araquanid into Galarian Corsola. Don't love this, if I'm being honest. Ah, man, I bet there's just a Wigglytuff behind this. But, you know, if there is, I gotta bait it out. Do I have to bait that out? I don't know. But, like, if there is, we'll see. And there hasn't been yet, so maybe we're still in some play. I don't think Ludicolo is the best answer here to Sableye. I could go for a Drain Punch, but I don't think it's a guaranteed shield. And yeah, if they go for the no-shield there, then I can actually just Drain Punch on my next move and guarantee at this point that my defense goes up. I think I'm going to Drain Punch and try to undercharge a little bit to get some Shadow Claw energy, because, like, I want that defense boost as soon as I can. But I also want to, like, get a bit of energy coming out of this matchup. So I'm going to undercharge this and hope that 3 Shadow Claws from here knock out. Oh, we get a shield on that? Okay. That is fine by me. So I guess I just shield this now, farm down. I have a lot of energy here on my Sableye. They have their Corsola still around, obviously, but we'll see what's in the back. Because now I have a lot of energy, but they know my moveset. But my defense is boosted, so that's kind of cool. Whoa, they come back in Corsola? So I should just get a Foul Play off into this. At the very least, a lot of Shadow Claw damage, right? Is it like Aegislash in the back? That's like the only reason I could see them coming back in with this. Let me just go for the move instantly. I could have, I guess, gone and thrown on good timing, but I think it's better to just guarantee that I get this move off instead of falling for like a CMP. And they do let that go. Wow, okay. You know who walls Medicham? Would you guess who walls Medicham in this current day and age? There's a funny Pokemon that I might have on my team that just walls what Medicham can do. Let's go. Okay, I think this is going to be a 5-0 set. Okay, watch them actually have Psychic just to prove me wrong. But if they have Psychic, like, that is such a bad move. It wouldn't even matter. Yeah, we tank that any day of the week. We just Bug Bite down. They don't even need to see our Stunfisk. Like, that's one of the worst leads we could have seen. But Sableye was actually a huge core breaker to their team. Goodbye, Medicham. You know, it feels bad knocking out one of my favorites with another one of my favorites. But, you know, it's how the Go Battle League goes. And yeah, I think that was a 5-0 set, right? It was. After that dicey set to start out, people started to disrespect Araquanid. So we had some play. We showed Araquanid, honestly. Shadow Araquanid puts on a lot of work, even if you have one as bad as me. You know, even though I don't think this is the best meta for Araquanid in general, there's a lot of things that can give it some trouble. It still put in a lot of work today. I could see it being pretty good in the future, so if you don't have one already, if you haven't found one yet, make sure to find one, TM off Frustration, and make sure you have it, because I think this thing could be pretty good in the future. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.